Oh, hello guys. Welcome to my channel again, and today we are talking about vectors. All right, and then we are looking at the subtopic position vectors. What are position vectors? This shows a position vector shows the location of an object from a relative position, that is usually from the origin, from a relative position or from a reference position, which is usually what the origin. We all know the origin when we're talking about Cartesian plane. When we're talking about x and y axis, you know, this is the origin, 0. All right. So now let's locate Q on the Cartesian plane. All right. 2, you can say that the 2 is on the x-axis and the 5 is on the y-axis. All right. But we must start from the where? From the origin, like we always do whenever we want to plot graphs. So let's locate Q. Q on the x-axis is 2. That's 1, 2. And then is on 5 on the y-axis. 5. All right. So this is going to be your what? Your Q. But you must start from the where? From the origin. So it's going to go like this. Sorry, I'm not using ruler. All right. That's your position Q. You might try to write that in terms of unit vectors, talking about 2i plus 5j. All right. I represent x-axis and j represents y-axis. Okay. So you can write it as 2, 5. You can write it as 2i plus 5j. You can even write it as position as column vector 2 and 5. All right. So these are the ways we can write position Q or point Q. All right. Let's go to R. R obviously is 5 on the x-axis and 3 on the y-axis. So this is 5 on the x-axis, and this is what? This is 3 on the y-axis. So this is going to be our what? Our R. And like I said, it must be from the reference point, from the origin. So we must draw like this. Sorry. Draw it all the way from the origin. Okay. Of course, it's from the origin, so it goes up. It goes up. So that is your point what? Point R. And then we decide to write it in terms of I and J too. That's going to be what? 5I plus what? Plus 3J. Okay. Or you can decide to write it in column vector form. That's going to be what? 5, 3. Right? That's your R. Then let's locate point P or object P. As you can see, the x-axis is 3 and the y-axis is -5. X-axis is 3. This is 3 on the x-axis. Sorry, the y-axis is not -5. Let's just extend that. -4, -5. Okay. So that's going to be 3 and 5. And this is that point. 3 and 5. But it must be from the origin. That is our reference point. So we go from origin to that. And that is going to be our what? Point P. Okay. From the origin. And you can write it in terms of what? I and j. That's going to be what? 3i minus 5j. Okay. You can write it in column vector form. That's going to be 3 and -5. All right. And that is going to be our P. Stick around for more questions on position vector, because we are going to be using this concept to solve more questions on position vectors. All right. So see you guys.